NFL insider Jeff Darlington, I put it on the screen, made an interesting comment. Said, will the new narrative be this week that Ben Johnson, I'm paraphrasing, can't get it done or isn't a genius without Jared Goff? Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And something that Jared Goff does really well, I think, Dan talked about it, I think even Anthony Lynn and Tanner Ingerstrang and Ben Johnson probably all had a hand in it, was kind of getting Goff to understand read defenses. And I said that before with Sean McVay. He didn't have much time. Sean McVay is still not proving that he can develop a young quarterback. And I'm explaining that real quick. From the point of, he had to quick patch Jared Goff. I think he was the youngest coach at the time, maybe the youngest coach in head coach in NFL history. I think he quick patched up Jared Goff. I think they kind of did things to simplify the game. And I think by the time they was on the Super Bowl trajectory, he couldn't break Jared Goff down like Jared Goff was broken down in Detroit. Like, really get him the basics. So it was like, we got to skip the basic shit and we going to just patch stuff up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to patch all this stuff up and like quick fix it. And, eventually it fell apart. Bill Belichick was the one that found out what Sean McVay was doing and telling pretty much Jared Goff, where to go with the football. And, they figured out, hey, no Todd Gurley, stop the run game, take away the first read. And I think him coming to Detroit, he broke it all the way down because, one, he didn't have the weaponry. Two, they was in rebuild mode. So what they was able to do, and I think this is what's best for Jared Goff's career, they was able to get Jared Goff from the beginning like a rookie and teach him, protections. This ain't here. I got to go through progressions. And what you've seen is, he don't get a lot of credit. But what I see him doing is Brady-esque. The way he's able to go through progressions over the middle of the field, boom, boom, boom. What he does is surgical. Every quarterback can't do that. You start thinking about the list of quarterbacks who really can go the whole game with just 10, 15-yard throws. I mean, Brady was doing it for forever, and you start looking around the league, it ain't too many guys. Most guys are going down the field. It's explosive plays. Think about the top quarterbacks. Burrow, Mahomes, no particular order. Lamar, Josh, Jalen. A lot of them guys, they ain't. Mahomes can do it, but a lot of them guys ain't chopping people up 20 play drives and boop, 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 boop. So, I mean, and then, Goff chucking it down the field too. So, I mean, I think it's the growth. I think with his accuracy and his ability to really throw intermediate, and honestly, this is probably going, I think he would have been, without the shoulder injury, I think Chad Pennington would have been a Jared Goff. I think he would have been a top 10, top 8 quarterback, if Chad Pennington didn't hurt his shoulder. That's who you remind me of. Real tough, gritty, dog. Chad Pennington was a dog. He just threw his shoulder out. And to me, Drew Brees was always the guy that, I watched him at Purdue. He liked to throw the ball deep a lot. I'm not saying he did that a lot with this, but, but Goff is just surgical across that middle, and that's why him and, St. Brown work so well together. But, I mean, like I said before, it takes time. Caleb Williams is an improv quarterback. So Ben Johnson said that's something that he wanted to work with. He wanted to have the ability to have a quarterback to have that other dimension. Now, the problem is, can you tame that other dimension? Can you teach him, we all give him the time when to settle down and then when to escape the pocket, when to improv and when to be on time. He has to find that. But with Jared Goff, he already had a guy with a Super Bowl run, a couple playoff runs. He had a guy that had a sample size of success and failure. People forget his first year with the St. Louis Rams was failure. So, at the end of the day, as much so it was all about being and leaving Detroit. Let's give John Morton his flowers and Goff his flowers. But honestly, let's keep it real. He ain't gonna change Caleb Williams in one training camp, 1 year, 1 season. He been doing this his whole life. So when Caleb Williams sat in that pocket and made some throws, it was pretty good. You know, but now it's just getting him to be comfortable in the pocket and learning when to run and make those throws. So, but yeah, the narrative definitely it ain't gonna shift that way because people don't look at Jared Goff as one of those quarterbacks. I mean, he'd have to win 2 Super Bowls to not be looked at as a Flacco or not to be looked at as a Eli Manning or something. I think he had to win 2 Super Bowls. You know, perennial playoff team every year. You know, a couple of Super Bowls would probably do it. One in Detroit is like worth 17 of them, though, in my opinion. But you know, I mean, Goff was phenomenal. You know, and both of their successes is going to be hitched to each other. Throw in Sean McVay, throw in Dan Campbell, throw in quarterback coaches, assistant offensive coordinators. You know, throwing the, they both gonna be hand in hand. That's my whole thing. That was with Kobe and Shaq, and with Michael and them, or whether it was with the Sheriff Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. That's where egos get into play at. You know, they're trying to do that with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Hey, we can't do this without each other, bro. It's a fact. I don't understand why people egos get in the way and why it's so hard for everybody to play their part. So many people egos get in the way. It's a team effort. You know, everybody ain't meant to be the star. Everybody ain't meant to get. Look, I couldn't have done it without you. You couldn't have done it without me. What's better than that? We were successful together. I don't feel the need to have an arrogant mindset to prove something that doesn't mean nothing in the long run. Oh, you couldn't do okay. Same thing like Klay Thompson. Like, oh, they couldn't. Okay, let Klay go to Charlotte, or let that motherfucker go to the Knicks, and he just lose, and score 25. He wouldn't be looked at as the same as he was in Golden State with all his success. So I'm not selfish. I don't think nobody should be that, but I ain't that selfish where I want to go to a losing situation to prove my worth over being in. I'd rather be part of a winning situation. I'd rather be player B, player C in a winning situation than player A over here. Because the primary thing is to get your money. If I can get my money here and win here, come on, it matters. So what I'm basically saying is both of their wagons are hitched to each other. You know, without Dan Campbell giving Ben the opportunity, who knows where he would have been at. Without Goff succeeding under Ben Johnson, hold on, what if Anthony Lynn would have succeeded with Jared Goff? Wouldn't even have heard of Ben Johnson. He'd probably be coming in right now. Anthony Lynn be getting another head coaching job. Oh, this Ben Johnson guy, can he keep up with Anthony Lynn? That's just the way it goes. Both of their success is hitched to each other, to Dan. It's their tree. And who knows? Maybe one day Jared Goff might be the offensive coordinator for Ben Johnson, and he started Ben Johnson's tree. But my thing is this: put egos aside. Put the egos aside. Success is success. So check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The link tree, you can find me everywhere: X, Instagram, Facebook, the whole 9 piece.